Hello everybody and welcome to our weekly comic preview where we give you guys a sneak peek at a few of the comics that will be arriving in store this Wednesday. Our first comic this week is Deadpool Too Soon Issue 1. This series kicks off with the death of little known, somewhat comical superhero Forbush Man. As the news reaches Deadpool, he becomes concerned that someone may be targeting the Marvel Universe's funniest characters for death. To solve the mystery, Deadpool gathers a lineup of witty heroes together in a spooky mansion. Featuring the likes of Squirrel Girl, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Ant-Man, Howard the Duck, and the generally less than hilarious Punisher, this is Marvel's biggest whodunit yet. Second in line this week, we have a re-release of one of IDW's greatest hits with the first issue of Godzilla Half-Century War. The story is set in 1954 and follows Lieutenant Ota Murakami and his friend Kentaro as they witness the first time Godzilla makes landfall in Japan. As the pair play a destructive game of cat and mouse with the king of monsters, they take a desperate gamble in a bid to save lives and in the process begin an obsession with Godzilla that will last for 50 years. Next up, we have Harley Quinn issue 6. In part 2 of a storyline called Eat to This Beat, Harley has gone undercover in New York's punk scene to find those responsible for a string of brutal robberies and slayings up and down the East Coast. Looking for the brutal criminals who hurt someone she cared about, Harley carves her way through the rock underground of New York City. Unfortunately for Harley though, in an all too familiar turn of events, one of the crooks in question has fallen mad in love with her. Fourth up this week, we have Pathfinder Worldscape Issue 1. From Dynamite Entertainment, this fantasy adventure crossover sees the Pathfinders drawn into the mysterious Worldscape, a place where the greatest heroes and villains of Hyboria, Barsoom, Golarion and Earth clash in an ancient battle of life and death. Featuring the likes of Red Sonja, John Carter and Tarzan, each issue in this series contains an appendix sheet that will provide official game statistics for these iconic characters, as well as a bonus pull-out poster map, both of which can be used in the Pathfinder role-playing game. Our fifth comic this week is the first issue of Spell on Wheels from Dark Horse Comics. In the first of a 5-part series, the story follows 3 young witches who have been robbed of their magical items. With their problem not exactly something that they can report to their local police department, the girls take it upon themselves to catch the thief before he does any damage to or with their magical possessions. In a story that feels like Supernatural, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charmed with a hint of Teen Witch all thrown together in a cauldron, this comic is a fun and accessible series for almost any reader. Sixth in line this week, we have Star Trek Boldly Go Issue 1. Celebrating Star Trek's 50th anniversary, this all-new series follows the adventures of Captain Kirk and the iconic crew as they encounter new species, new worlds, and new danger unlike anything the Federation has faced before. Picking up months after the events of Star Trek Beyond, the crew of the USS Enterprise has been assigned to new ships and new roles. Others have chosen to take time away from Starfleet and embark on new opportunities, but it's not long before the fragile peace is once again shattered and Kirk and his crew are once again needed to defend the galaxy. Seventh up, we have Dirk Gently, The Salmon of Doubt Issue 1 from IDW. The shortly-to-be star of his own TV series from BBC America returns to comics in The Salmon of Doubt, brought to you by the executive producers of the show, Arvin David and Max Landis. Featuring favourite characters from the original books, as well as cast from the upcoming TV series, the story begins with Dirk plagued by nightmares about a childhood he never had. A troubled Dirk returns to Cambridge University to seek advice from his former tutor, the time-travelling Professor Reg Chronotis, whereupon Dirk discovers that a holistic detective can have more than one past, and his adventures have only just begun. Finally this week, we have a crossover of epic proportions with Evil Dead 2 Revenge of the Martians. Set in a world where the events of H.G. Wells' novel The War of the Worlds actually took place, Ash is now a taxi driver working for Uber. When an unwitting scientist uses the Necronomicon in an Area 54 facility, the dead corpses of Martian invaders begin to reanimate and exact their bloody revenge. Fortunately, Ash is making a taxi run in the vicinity, and when a tripod scrapes the door of his prized car, Ash decides that this time the alien invasion has gone too far. Okay, so that's everything this week, guys. For the full list of comics, you can check out our Facebook page, and for regular updates on the store, you can follow us on Twitter at the Geek-Aboo. Also, don't forget that next time you're in store, if you buy 3 to 4 comics, we'll give you 10% off, and 5 or more comics will get you a whole 15% off. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week.